And I think entrepreneurship is about being okay to begin every day, again and again and again and again. Come what may, you won't lose anything. At the family, we believe that anyone can become an entrepreneur. So that's why we provide education, tools, and access to capital to more than 100 startups a year. It's been 6 years now. We are all over Europe. And it's more than 600 startups who trusted us. It's 200 that are still alive. And some actually are based here in Berlin. We have 3 offices, one in Paris, where we come from historically, one in London, and one in Berlin.
And currently you have only 3% women-led startups. Why is that?
So that's a big sadness, is to realize that even when you have a CEO at the head who is a woman, like I'm obviously a woman, head of the family, it doesn't attract more women. So we realized last year that we only had 3% women applying to the family, yeah. So 3% also in our batches, but it doesn't help really to have 3%. So we started different things because I don't pretend I have the answer. I am looking for an answer. It's a long-term process because it starts from education. Okay, it's a lack of female engineers willing to take the risk. So we already know about the role models. So you need more role models. It's about, I think, dedicating also times only to women. And it's about creating many ways and test which one will help. And maybe it's a bit of every ways, you know. So since it's been a year now, and we've been dedicating our time to help more female entrepreneurs grab that opportunity of being an entrepreneur. And it goes through inspirational talks. So there is sistership that is very important for us. It's Irina here in Berlin who takes care of all the events in Berlin, but she wanted to really have one track dedicated to women. So she invites on stage not only founders, because this is important, because it's not only about starting a company, it's also about having ambition for your own career. Okay, if you are an employee and you want to level up, you should be part also of that. You are invited to a sistership, and why not one day to try being an entrepreneur? I mean, we don't have anymore one path, very clear, and we keep on this track. We can change, okay? And sistership is really an invitation for women to get more inspiration. So you have on stage founders as well as key executives, and the vibe in the room is something I love personally. I feel that it was missing, it was lacking, because there is something magic that happens when you are surrounded by women. I don't know how to explain it. It's just that you feel safe, you feel home, you feel you can share all of your vulnerability and without being ashamed of it, and you feel encouraged, okay, by the others. So for me, it's very important to have this. So sistership is something important. We started a program called Goldup.
Yeah, I've been part of it.
You've been part of it. So did you like it?
Yeah, very much. It really helps. But it really helps to have a group of women every Saturday, 9 a.m. You really committed. You paid for it. I think that makes a difference. And then you actually get into the energy of entrepreneurial spirit, and then you see solutions everywhere.
And you yourself, you are on the edge of becoming an entrepreneur, but you didn't know. Oh, you didn't try it before. And the thing is, Goldup is really dedicated to people like you who are thinking of, but they're not. And you just need that kickstart. And to do that, you need to be in a safe place. You need to be surrounded by people who are like you, jumping at the same time. So you can see that actually being ridiculous together is less heavy than being ridiculous alone. And we actually can enjoy this path. And jumping together. So Goldup is all about gathering women to do things. Every Saturday, starting, so what's your brand, what's your product, what kind of problem you're solving, or if you just want to do an e-commerce or a drop shipping website, that's okay, and we're going to make you make money. And that was something important for me. It was to kill this kind of burden that we women might have more on our shoulder, which is we have to be good girls, okay? And we tend to, I have been working in a non-profit organization, and for me it was much more filling in my own values, right? But I think we tend to see the world through the lens of also the cultural things that we don't know. I mean, we think it's all view, but it's not all view, right? Yeah. So I used to look down on capitalism, making money, and all this thing. And it's been a long journey for me to understand that actually making money is just being aligned, okay? It's being sustainable. It's being profitable, make you free, and sets you free. And so for me, Goldup, one of the objectives, the mission of Goldup was to help women go through this process. It's okay, and actually you have to enjoy making money and being happy to make it happen.
But I remember in the first week with make money, like lots of women actually, still in the 5th week, they still had a problem with the word actually.
Yeah, because and it's not a goal in itself. It's just that take it into account. Don't try to, escape from this essential point. And I think we have a special relationship towards money.
Woman. What is it to be good, babe?
Not to assume to go through this.
I'm actually
to be fully independent in making money, to enjoy making money.
A few women actually, they also included donation in their business model already. 10%.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
No, why not? I mean, it's a good thing to be careful, to have an ecosystem kind of approach, ecosystemic, like holistic. You're not just on a mission and not taking care of everything that you destroy around. No, we are really aware of doing good, okay? But being able to assume to make money for me is something that we need to work on a lot more.
And in terms of for the family, the women who apply to join you, what kind of businesses do they apply with? Is it with kitchen? Is it with babysitting?
Do you have certain stereotype? I don't think so, to be honest. The thing is, what I've understood is that in the women who apply at the family, there is not one certain style. You have the software solving recruitment problem. You have the girl who is creating cutlery that you can eat, so you can erase plastic cutlery. So you have everything. You have a bit of everything. It's just that the women that tend to apply to the family are already self-confident, I would say, self-confident enough to pretend and to assume that they are ambitious. Because we put it everywhere, on our website, in our content online. Let's be ambitious, okay? And I understood that, unfortunately, ambition is seen as something frightening, something we wouldn't allow ourselves to be. And this thing I learned. This is something I didn't know. The more you use that word, ambition, the less women will apply.
Interesting.
Okay,
Yeah.
so here again we have to work on that. Ambition is not a bad thing.
Not at all.
Okay, no, and it's about this difference between being arrogant and being confident. So we need to show the good side and the side that we can grab and make our own, through this ambition, because ambition is essential to entrepreneurship.
And it's a drive as well.
Yeah, it's a need to keep on and to go up again and again.
And as a woman, if you start a company, do you think it's good to start as a side job, or do you think you should go all in from the beginning?
To be honest, there is not one way. At the family, for the startup that we accompany, we will be more radical. We will say go 100%, okay? Otherwise, it won't be an ambitious business. You cannot do this on the side, but it depends on what you are searching for. I mean, you can also start by having a side business, okay? You want to keep your security job, It's okay to start from somewhere. So, and the family is not addressing all of the entrepreneurs, okay? And you need to start from somewhere. So I think that the option of having a muse, for instance, or, just to see, to train yourself, it can help before jumping if you want to jump. I mean, not everyone should be an entrepreneur. I don't think so.
Everyone can be.
Anyone is different. Anyone can, meaning that, today technology doesn't ask for your diploma, for your race, for your background. Okay, so anyone can go on YouTube and watch a tutorial and learn. Okay, so it's only the mental barriers that are preventing us to become an expert in any kind of field. But it's not everyone who want to do that, right? And it's not everyone who wants to build their own enterprise company. And it's okay, and it's cool.
Yeah, we talked about the 5 hacks. The 5 hacks we can maybe use as a woman to start a business.
Okay. So when I was ending the talk at Goldup, I wanted to share a little bit of a few things that would be helpful. I thought, because I thought, like, for me it would have been helpful to know that before. So I think the first thing was very directly inspired by Michelle Obama, because I had the chance to attend her conference in Paris. Yeah, and I've read her book, and really, like, she moved me a lot, and she inspired me. And it's about sharing your own story. So the first thing I wish I would have known before is be proud of your own story. Okay, I was ashamed when I started to be a total outsider. I'm not an engineer. I'm not a business person. I don't come from an entrepreneurial background. My parents are civil servants. My dad works in a hospital. He's a psychiatrist. I mean, I don't come at all from the business world, the startup world, etc. And I remember it was by pure hazard that I happened to work for startup. I didn't understand a shit of what they were saying. Like, they were like aliens explaining how they would go to another planet. And I was pretending like, okay, I get it. But I stayed, I kept on trying to understand. And then, once you're okay with not knowing the words exactly, but you understand why they do what they do, you understand the impact that they are having, or they are trying to make, and you understand the drive of these people. And I understood also that I was alone from my background trying to understand them, and my difference became a strength, because I could help on everything else. I could help on storytelling, I could help on marketing, I could help on branding, I could help because I love their passion, and passion is contagious. And so by being alone with my differences, I actually could give them a lot. And this was, my very first discovery. So, and I finally understood that, okay, it's okay to know nothing, because actually you're going to be put in this position of being curious and naive and asking the question, why, and then you really understand the deep reason why these people are doing this. So not being ashamed of your own story and actually being proud of knowing nothing and coming from a totally different background. This is the first takeaway. The second takeaway is beware of that judgmental inner voice that tend to be super heavy for us. Like there is always, this voice that is judging yourself. And
actually, I had that with Goldup because it would be my first business failed. So having a second business, actually, what if you fail again?
Yeah. So it's about basically it's the fear that pretend to be you, and sometimes we say, follow your intuition, but you never know who is intuition and who is fear. Okay, because it's the same voice talking inside. So, practicing, trying, daring to launch a new project tend to help you manage that voice and see that actually we don't give a shit and we don't care, and this voice is really just here for nothing. It doesn't help. And I used to think that the more you try, the more you experience, the easier it's going to be, but it's not true. Every time you're beginning, it's hard. And I think entrepreneurship is about being okay to begin every day, again and again and again and again, and to go through this very uncomfortable time of knowing nothing and finally finding, being at ease, navigating in the chaos, okay? And so this voice is here for nothing. And just try to see it, listen to it, and get rid of it.
Number 3?
And the third one is pay it forward. This is really like the reason why I wanted to help and to dedicate my life to startups. It's because in this community and in this whole internet nation, there is a culture. There is a common culture. I think it comes from the open source mindset from San Francisco, and basically it's for me it was very new when I discovered entrepreneurs. It was like we can share because you don't have to work on something that I've been working on. I can open my codes to you. Okay, so why should you reinvent the wheel when the wheel is already here? And this generous kind of attitude was so new, from coming from a very elitist country where we don't share, where it's a culture of secret, where figure it out yourself, It was like, hey, you need that? Just remix my code, okay? And this mindset for me, it was like, it was really fulfilling. Okay, it gives you a lot of trust in people, but in yourself also, because you don't start from nowhere. You start from a code, and so this gave me the will to do it myself with my own means. Meaning, like every time I'm meeting someone, I'm hearing to the story. I'm like, okay, how can I help this person? And I'm sure there are plenty of ways you can help, come what may, and also trying not to judge, okay, but really to see there is how do you call it, like an intention. This person has an intention. I can help this intention grow, okay, with my experience, with my contact, with anything that I have. And how can I help on that? And this attitude, if you do it in a small ecosystem, if you put it like as a general rule, it will really benefit to the whole group very fast. And that's how you build up an ecosystem. And that's what we told our entrepreneurs from day one when we started. It was really like, pay it forward. So you don't know how it will come back, but open, help, and put yourself in this mindset. How can I help without judging? And really moving your ass to help.
Yes, my experiences were a highly supportive startup scene. And it comes back somehow, some way to you. But don't
expect when and what and how. just give. You'll see. It's a karma law, basically, applied to startups.
Number 4.
And number 4, have fun. It's like business is a game. Business is a game, and when you are undergoing the pain and suffering too much, then like switch. I mean, if you don't enjoy this dedication, and if you don't try to always find pleasure in it, there is a problem. Okay, so change something and change the angle, I don't know, the pitch, whatever, the way you see it, your perception, and really listen if you are having fun or not. If you're not, there is something that, you need to change.
Number 5?
The most important. It's ask questions, basically. Most of the women, and that is something that we've seen at the family, is like mainly women, that they're not asking for things. So we have to go and tell them, hey, can we catch up? How are you? But on their own, they won't dare to ask you what they need, versus all of the entrepreneurs who really don't care, like they need something, they grab it. And that's an attitude we need, because it's like, if they are not like that with us, who are dedicated to them, then how are they with their potential client, partners, investors, Like, it's really an entrepreneurial attitude to think that everybody in the world is working for you or dreaming to work for you. And so all the time we keep on telling them, okay, they're asking questions. We shouldn't be like, how are you, coming for a catch-up to be aware of all this news, and because there are tons of things that we could help on, and so there to ask questions. People are happy when you're asking questions. You're actually opening a door for an exchange. Okay, so it's reciprocal. It's not like you begging for something. It's you opening a door to have an exchange,
a connection.
A connection. Yeah, exactly.
And finally, do you have any routines, hacks, personally, daily routines you do?
Not at all. The only thing is I try to sleep well, exercise, and have a life, a personal life. But it's like I manage, because we travel a lot. We are always in a new city in Europe. So I try to make sure that sleep, exercise, socializing are here, but I have no principle. It's not like the miracle morning. It's not for me. I've tried.
And why should women start their own thing? Why is it worth it?
It's not. I wouldn't like to address like a full category, meaning like women should, but it's more like the one who are on the edge, the one who are wondering, the one who know that they could do something but they dare not to try. These ones, really, if they're watching this video, then I just want to tell them, Google is your best friend. And they're asking questions, and join a community, join like sistership, join Goldup, there are many events that you can join on meetups, on Eventbrite. You just search for what you like and where you want to learn, what you want to learn, and do that. And step by step, you're gonna see if it's for you or if it's not for you, but come what may, you won't lose anything.
Thank you very much for the interview. I really enjoyed it. I hope you did too.